Welcome back to Game-Based Learning in the World Language Classroom, the why, what, and how. We're on section 3 of my book, The How. I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. If you want to help me tweak these games, I'm at Minecraft Education Ambassadors or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge, the Duolingo Educators Network, hanging out at Roxem, or at studio-nemo.com. We're still on chapter 15. I've been talking about how to play Battleship to practice verb conjugation, prepositions of location, place names, and I broke it into two because I'm trying to be very mindful of how long the videos are. So in the last episode, I just described the basic game and showed you some verb conjugation and some inflections. And today, we're going to talk about prepositions of location. So I've done this with refrigerators, with rooms of a house, clothing in a drawer. Where's the clothing located in the drawer? Classrooms in a school, things inside the classroom, setting the table. That's pretty fun because you can get people to set the table in all sorts of wacky ways. So basically, you give each student a giant cartoon picture of some place or whatever you want to do. So let's say you've got a refrigerator. I found a refrigerator I thought would photocopy pretty well, and then in black and white, of course. And then I put lines on it because it wasn't quite right. And then I wrote the prepositions of location here. Okay, so this is like top left, top middle, top right, left middle, middle, right middle, etc., etc. All right, so now I need to put food in the refrigerator. Okay, so let's say I draw the cheese here, and I draw a cake here, and I draw rice here, and I'll put the apple here. Okay, generally 5 is a pretty good number for something about this size. 4 is fine, whatever. It's a quick game. Okay, it should not take the whole class to play this game. So your second student has to guess, is the apple in the top middle? Nope. Are the cheese? Is it on the bottom right? Whatever, they've got to guess. Okay, when they guess correctly, then they draw the food on their own refrigerator until they have a well-stocked refrigerator. So let me pause and remind you again what the communicative approach is. The communicative approach is you have an information gap. Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Then you have a choice. Bob stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Then you have feedback. Who? Me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? And so that's where I start with when I'm making these kinds of games. So my next pass for this game was that I went and printed up the refrigerators myself, and I put the food in myself. Because I was thinking a lot about the guided language acquisition development and tweaking that for secondary students who are in a language classroom and who are only going to hear the language for that 1 hour of the day that I have them. So I printed up these refrigerators, and I'd already put food in them, had the students count off 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and they come and grab a sheet of paper for me. All the ones got this one, and all the twos got this one, slightly different food in the refrigerator. Okay, and then they could describe to each other, okay, I have chicken on my top shelf of the refrigerator, and then they could draw it in. So that's your information gap. And the choice, okay, well, I know there's chicken someplace, and where could it be? And then there's feedback. Is your chicken on the top shelf? Yes, it's on the top shelf. So we've got our communicative approach here. And you know that I love to create games, but my time is very limited. I teach 3 languages throughout the day, and I want things to be very easy, very quick. I want to be able to just grab something and set it on the table and say, go to it, kids. And I want everything to do double duty because I've gone to a lot of prep work ahead of time. I want class to go pretty smoothly. So if you recall earlier in this playlist, I talked about, hey, you've made a bunch of cards. These are other things you can use the cards for. All right, so I'm going to show you how I use my Go Fish cards to play Battleship. All right, so let's stay with refrigerator battleship. Oh, look, here's one of those textbooks. I said, grab the textbooks, kids. And then we set up the textbook as like a shield between the things so they can't see. All right, so I had one student who draws much better than I do. I had him draw, I grabbed these 11 by, or I grabbed one 11 by 17 piece of paper and I had him draw a refrigerator really big on it. Obviously, it wasn't quite big enough. And then I ran down to the workroom and I photocopied it 20 times, 30 times, and they put that out in front of the students, and the cards are the perfect size for it. And then I give them the deck of Go Fish cards. Now remember, Go Fish has matches in it. So the students have to quickly sort them out and get the matches. All right, so everybody's got the food. So they can choose whatever food they want to put on, and the other one has the cards in their hands so they can choose between them. Do you have a pear in your refrigerator? No? Okay, so they put that aside. Do you have a strawberry in your refrigerator? Yes? Okay. Is the strawberry on the top shelf? So there's a lot of good talking with this game. And it's zero prep work for me because I did all the prep work 100 million years ago, and all this stuff is just in my room waiting for the next time we play it. But that works really well, I think. All right, kept this one short. Yay. Okay. So, next episode, I'm actually going to put in the guided language acquisition development video where I explain a couple of passes of this, just in case I explained it slightly differently. But then right after that, we're going to get into Jenga, where I'm going to explain how to use Jenga to practice pretty much anything you want. Now, again, Battleship and Jenga, these are not technically game based. These are gamification. We're using a game to make the drill and kill a little more fun. All right, so just keep that in mind as we talk about Jenga next time. Hope to see you there.